By no means am I saying all of the above is going to happen, but I'm just kind of spitballing ideas. Hello, lady who can teach me herbalism. I'm going to learn herbalism now. Hooray, we learn herbalism. Right, so now what we want to do is we want to go to track materials and track herbs. I think track materials is already on, track herbs is already on. Awesome. I love when WoW does things for me. So now we can fill our inventory full of herbs that we will be able to sell for absolutely dirt cheap because they're low level. But for us, they will be probably very, very good in regards to level. So I think now we've got these and we have our pickaxe, which ironically enough actually does more damage than our hammer. So I think we might actually just use it just for fun. Oh, can we not use the hammer and the... Oh, because they have to be using the main hand. Okay, fair enough. But I think for fun, we might just use a pickaxe, just because, why not? Oh, is that not a thing you can do? No, that's not. It doesn't look like that's a thing you can do. Okay, never mind. That was a fun idea, but yeah, never mind. I also think something that could be fun, but is probably going to be challenging to do because I already own the mounts, and the way the game actually is at the moment is once you unlock riding, you just unlock riding. Because what I was thinking of doing is saying, well, we have to be in a situation where we are actually able to buy the mount as well. But I don't know how that's going to be possible because I can't rebuy the mount. So I don't know how we would get rid of the gold, so to speak. But again, that's just another idea that I thought of. And as I said, I think probably 2 episodes ago now, I'm just experimenting with what ideas float, and I'm just executing on those ideas, and then we'll see what specifically happens after that in the respect to where the content actually goes. So if a series doesn't come back for a while or doesn't come back at all, then that will possibly be why in the respect to I'm just testing things at the moment. And I've also just realized I think you can't see the map either. So I need to do a lot of UI changes, but let's put the map for the time being down here so you can actually see when I get any level of herb spawns or roughly where we are. So we've got our first silverleaf, which is going to be very exciting. I'm sure it's going to be our first ever silverleaf, and we also get to, I think because I've got TSM on, see how much a silverleaf is actually going to be worth on the auction house as well. So we have a grand total of... I purchased them for 4 golden coins, and at the moment they are selling for... I don't know, because I don't have the right add-on on. Oh, I love it. The vendor price of 10 silver. But we will reveal all at a later date in this video. When we will... Because I'm going to try and end off each session of recordings with popping to the auction house to list whatever we have obtained. And I'm trying to average a recording session of about an hour for each, so you know, or so you guys know. Anyway, that is the current plan in regards to these Let's Plays. So I'm starting to stockpile some content a little bit because when I'm in the mood for doing it, then I think I'll do it. But when I'm not, or when I'm more snowed in, so to speak, in that respect, or snowed under in that respect, I think it would be important for me to have some overflow content or content that can be scheduled, so to speak, as well. So yeah, so we've now got to go head down into the mine, and we've got to kill all the kobolds in all of the world, and hopefully I'll get a couple of chest spawns as well, but and a couple of mining nodes for obvious reasons, because we are so alone in the respect to making gold, which is going to be an interesting experience, because by the time we get to level 20 we need to make like 4 gold, which doesn't sound like a crazy amount in retail, and it probably isn't, to be fair, but it's still going to be a interesting experience, because I haven't actually been in a situation where this flying friend here just stole my node. I have a suspicion, but maybe not. Okay, never mind. But yes, that will be very interesting indeed. I'm just going to quickly double check OBS, because I just need to quickly make sure, because last time when I was playing Minecraft earlier, those of you who have seen episode 4, if it's even out of Minecraft and Chill, you'll know that my OBS decided it wanted to just stop recording. I think what I actually found out afterwards was that the drive that I record to was completely full, which was very, very exciting. And something which I am kind of, in some ways, not understanding. In some ways, because Minecraft was having a very serious issue today with just rendering in. But WoW doesn't seem to have this issue, and arguably I would say WoW is a more intensive game in the respect to CPU and etc. So, yeah, I don't know, I'm still troubleshooting that, and I can't seem to find a way to change Minecraft's directory either in respect to where it's installed. It just wants to always run off the boot drive. So, yeah, that's a slightly interesting experience, but we are not playing Minecraft right now. We are playing WoW, and we're going to have lots of fun killing kobolds. So what we got to do for these quests is very simple. We're just going to kill a bunch of kobolds, and we're going to grab as much ore as we possibly can as well, to hopefully allow us to be able to make toward or get towards that goal of being able to actually develop some gold, some capital, some experiences, so we can buy riding, and we might be able to buy some upgrades and stuff. And I think it's going to be interesting doing some dungeons and etc. like that to really give you, and as I said in the very start of this series, I think the main goal for me at least is to kind of introduce WoW to a non-WoW player. As I know there is a few who seemed somewhat interested in some ways at least. Where is this mining node? I have a feeling it's upstairs. Yeah, it is. It looks like it is. It's upstairs. So I'm going to try my best to keep this as beginner friendly as possible, but we are still going to try and go semi through the content semi quickly. But those of you who may have questions or may have concerns, or may have questions that you run into, or problems that you run into, or quests that you don't know specifically how to complete, my first recommendation would be feel free to drop them in the comment section, and I will probably send you over to Wowhead. But failing that, there is huge community support in some ways, and others to new players. But unfortunately, WoW can be sometimes toxic as well in the same respect, depending on what circles you find yourself in. So that's that's my main goal with this series, and main goal with this. Excuse me, Kobold. You didn't see me. You didn't see me, Kobold. So on the next one, I'm actually going to do just explain a little bit about how stealth works to people who may not be aware. So stealth is an ability for obvious reasons that you can. Wow, he looks very shiny. Just going to steal this mining node from you. Thank you, dude. But yeah, stealth is an ability that does what you think it does. And how it works is basically when you see a mob's eyes, so you see how he turned to face me before this other guy attacked this mob. He turned to face me, and because he could see me because of where his model's eyes were. For example, if I stay behind this mob, he won't necessarily see me. This rogue is going to annoy me. But the second I'm in a position where that mob sees me, as in with its model's eyes, then it'll be able to see me in stealth. In the same way, my character here saw this rogue's in front of me, because my character's eyes could see that character in stealth, right? So I'll give you an example. If I go in stealth and then I turn around, he will disappear. There we go. As you can see. So that's the basic premise of how stealth works. And from a stealth class's perspective in PvP, you always want to try and not be in line of sight of that player. So wherever their character is looking. Because what you can do then, I just realised we're actually completely done. But what you can do then is we won't have what happens here, which is the rogue just pops out in front of you, and then you can hit them and knock them out of stealth, which is exactly what you don't want to happen on a rogue. So what we're going to do now, as we're done with this quest in most cases, is we're going to head back over to Goldshire and turn in those quests specifically. But I'm just going to grab the copper, which is around here as well, as we are literally passing it. So what we're going to do is cut, diggy dig. There we go, magic. Do I really want to go down here and get the one? Yeah, sure, why not? So the first thing that I'm going to look at when it comes to selling, which I think we're going to do very, very soon. Did that guy just steal my node? No, he didn't. Cool. We're going to do probably Jasper Load and a couple of other quests, but then we will possibly head off for this queue or this session specifically. And I'm just going to go and pick up the quests from over here that I remember are over here. But, yeah, anyway, so what I'm saying, something which you may want to think about, especially if you're starting to make gold early on, is think about the times where you have... Nice, I just dinged and leveled. How exciting. But this motorbike is way too loud, man. Sure, we might as well call Princess now. That's a moldy boxing boomkin. Okay, fair enough. Anyway, so yeah, what I was saying was basically when you go on the auction house and you look for thank you, moldy boxing boomkin, very kind of you. For selling some cloth, selling some ore, especially ore specifically, look and always double check what the bar cost is and what the ore cost is. Because what you might find is you might be in a situation where you can either buy the ore and then actually be in a situation where you can sell it for a profit, or just by literally going into your profession window, which is right here, go into mining skills, and then you can literally just smelt up those bars and make the profit on those bars specifically. Yeah, thank you. I know. Why are you flashing at me? I know what I can learn. Thank you so much. So we're going to head over to Billy. There is a short quest line in Elwyn Forest for these guys as well. You bounce backwards and forwards a little bit. So we're going to do that quest chain. Then we're going to go up to Goldshire and specifically turn those in as well. And yeah, going to see how this goes. Going to kill some boars. Now, I always think, is this related to the South Park episode? Because the South Park episode actually came out around the same time this quest was added to the game. Don't know, but I think it might be, in some ways. I know there's definitely a guy who I was watching some WoW-based content. And a guy has literally leveled on Classic WoW to 160 just by killing boars. So that was something that happened and was very exciting, I'm sure, to those who understand what that basically consists of. It's basically doing what I'm doing now and doing it to a max level on a game which is arguably meant to be a lot harder to level. I won't get into that debate as of right now, but arguably it's meant to be a lot harder to level in that respect as well. So yeah, I'm honestly not 100% sure how this channel's response has been, because as I say, I haven't released, at the time of recording at least, I haven't actually released any videos on it in 3 years. So any content that is outside of this format will have basically been from 3 years ago, when it was my second channel to my Shadow Swords channel, which was my main channel at the time, and is where the majority of my World of Warcraft content has been and is still. And also for a short period of time was my main channel for video content in the respect to video production content as well. So yeah, I mean, from the little story leak that I did for the Minecraft series that came out, there seems to be kind of an interesting, in some ways, a mini demand. It wasn't like a lot of people, but I definitely got a few messages saying, "Ooh, this looks exciting. What's the content? Where's it going?" That kind of thing. So those of you who have come over from my socials or from my or video production work, thank you for coming over. I would love to hear what you think of this channel, about this channel, what the plans are, what the plans I've already discussed for this channel, but also in a situation where we can open that lane of communication, because I think it's going to be really, really important if I do